here with Liberty Nation, and with me today is Graham Noble. Graham has written an extensive article on the text messages between the two FBI agents, Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. And I must say, I found it rather gripping. Welcome to LNTV, Graham.
Thank you, Lisa.
So you pored over these text messages and you got more of a than a one-dimensional look at these people. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. I really wanted to get a much more of a feeling for who these characters were. And I thought it would be good to read through the entire 30+ pages of text messages. And really, obviously, you know, partly my motive was to find out if there was anything else in them regarding the whole Hillary Clinton investigation, the Robert Mueller special counsel. Yeah, part of my motive. But other than that, I really wanted to fill out these characters. I wanted to get some dimension to them and find out who they really were and what they were thinking and what motivated them and so on.
And it sounds like they delivered in terms of complexity and multi-dimension. My husband always says that people are more of an and than a but. That is, they are this and they are this. And that's the way these people sounded to you, didn't it?
Oh, very much so. Yes. They had you know, a lot of the text messages were about their work schedules and what they were doing, and you know, when they could meet, when they couldn't meet, and gossip about you know, colleagues, their FBI colleagues and so on. But also they expressed a lot of thoughts about each other. They talked about a few world events, and they talked politics. Mainly, they seem to get most of their information from the New York Times and the Washington Post and NPR. But yeah, they did have that whole different dimension where they discussed a lot of different things.
Now, they had plenty to say about their own politics. Basically, what did you discern as their own politics? I assume they're Democrats.
Yes, they were without question both Democrats, and it came across in a lot of text messages that they did not like Republicans in general. Having said that, they weren't really politically, they weren't extremists at all. Peter Strzok described himself as a conservative Democrat. I very much got the feeling that that Lisa Page was a little more to the left than he was. But yeah, without doubt, they were both Democrats. Yes.
Now, throughout these text messages, I can't imagine they had a lot of good to say about Republicans, but they also had some not so good things to say about Democrats.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they, in terms of all of the names of politicians that came up within these text messages, there were a lot more Republicans than Democrats mentioned. However, they did discuss a few. The Obamas came up. Certainly, Lisa Page seemed to have a certain amount of admiration for the Obamas. Although, having said that, she did actually acknowledge in a couple of her text messages that she thought that he had made, that Barack Obama had made mistakes as president. And in one of her text messages, she described him as, and I think this is almost an exact quote, she described him as a not very good foreign policy president.
Interesting. Any other people that they talked about that you found interesting?
Yeah, I found it interesting that they did obviously talk about Hillary Clinton several times. It seemed quite clear to me that I think Lisa Page, more than Peter Strzok, was a Clinton fan, although it certainly came across in their text messages that they were both planning to vote for Hillary Clinton. Although at one point it was interesting that that Strzok himself mentioned that he did not like Chelsea, and Lisa Page seemed to like Chelsea just fine. And she asked him, she asked Strzok what he didn't like about her, and he said that he thought she was, quote, self-entitled, unquote, and that she thought she deserved something that she hadn't earned. So that was interesting.
And you also mentioned to me Eric Holder.
Yes, during one of their exchanges, where I'm assuming they were both obviously not in the same location, but they were both watching television, I guess, a news program of some kind. And Eric Holder came on the television, and Strzok actually texts Page and says, "Oh my God, Holder, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off." And Page replies, "Yes, I saw him yesterday and booed at the television." So they were not big. They didn't seem to be big fans of the Department of Justice at all. Obviously, there's a lot of inter-office politics there. There's some inter-agency rivalries going on, but they really did not seem to care for the Department of Justice. And I think it was clear that for whatever reason, they did not like Eric Holder.
Now, did you come across the text where they talked about me? The reason I say that is because I have lived in Virginia over 30 years and I'm about 5 minutes away from Loudoun County. So I must be one of those ignorant hillbillies.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure maybe if you are also a Walmart shopper, then according to Peter Strzok, you probably smell like a Trump supporter.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much, Graham. This has been very enlightening. Read Graham's fine article on LibertyNation.com. Don't forget to download our app, LN News and Commentary, for the latest in conservatarian news. I'm Lisa Donner, and this is LNTV.